we are going to be looking at basically valuing the firm, right? Now, if we go back to the previous question, I just want to show you what we've calculated here. We looked at the terminal value of operations, the horizon value. And my apologies, the question doesn't reflect correctly here because I've changed it. But the previous question wanted us to know what is the value of operations? What's the value of the firm, right? On its horizon, its continuing value. And that was the continuing value on the verge of it achieving constant growth. That's when the growth remains constant at 7%. And we found that to be 321 million rands. That was our terminal value. Okay. Then in our question before that, we looked at the cash flows, year 1, 2, 3, and 4, just before year 5 when things start to grow consistently, right? And then we added up the present values. So you can think of this, if you're thinking about, if it were to be bonds or stocks, you think of dividends, okay? Over here, we're thinking of cash flows in terms of what the company is generating. And so if you want to look at the value of the company today, what you really need to do is you need to look at the present value of all the future cash flows, right, for the period that we are forecasting, plus the terminal value. And when you add those two together, then you're going to get the value of the company. So what am I saying? I'm saying it needs to be the value of all the future cash flows, okay, backdated or discounted to the present day, and then we add the 321 million, and we also present value that, and then we add the two together. So that's sort of the strategy in terms of what we're going to do here with answering question 4.3. Who knew that I can press this button and change the colors wherever I am? Okay, nevertheless, let's look at this, okay? The firm's value today, okay, the firm's worth is going to be the sum of all the future cash flows, right? Sum of future cash flows, okay, in each year from 1 to 4. Okay, let me just make this the sum of the present values of all the future cash flows, right, plus the terminal value. Okay, and again, this terminal value, we are looking at the PV of the terminal value. Okay, so what's the present value of the terminal value? That's something we're going to work out. And this thing over here, this we've already previously determined. We've looked at this. We've answered it in 4.1. In question 4.1, we had a solution of 24,112,307. Okay. Now we need to get the present value of the terminal value. So how are we going to do that? We're going to say it's plus 321 million. Okay. Right, and that is going to be in year 5. Okay, so we have to discount that 1 plus the company's WACC was given at 0.12. Let's just make that a better 0. 0.12 raised to the power of 5. And let's see what we get. Remember, all of these are rand values. Let's find a calculator and see how we can solve that. Okay. 321,000,000 divided by 1.12 raised to the power of 5. And that's going to give us 100 and sorry, let's just check. That should not be raised to the power of 5. It needs to be raised to the power of 4. Right? Raised to the power of 4. Sorry about that there. And that's going to give us the following: 204,001,303. And this is 24,112,307. And let's add the 2, and then we get our value of the operations today. It's going to be 24,112,387. Okay, and then our terminal value of the company, sorry, not terminal value, but the total value of the firm today is the following, right? It's going to be 228,113,690. Okay, and there we go. So what I want you to think of is when we do this, if you have to forecast, let's say it's going to be in terms of a bond, right? And it's going to pay dividends. And then you need to look at D1 plus D2 plus D3, right? Plus the value of that share or that bond or the company in itself. The same thing applies here really, and this is going to be done in terms of the present values, right? So you're going to PV that, you're going to PV that, you're going to PV that, and you're going to PV this over here. So when we were looking at what we've done in this question, the same principle applies. We take the free cash flow from year one, the future year one, cash flow from future year 2, cash flow from future year 3, cash flow from future year 4, okay, plus the value of the company, which I'm just going to call P4, okay. And so therefore, and remember P4 is the value of the company at that on the horizon. That's before the following year's cash flow coming in. Right, and all of this needs to be done in terms of the present values, and that's what we've just done now, and we've added them together, okay, and these four were answered already in 4.1, and so we could easily add them together, and when you add all those present values, you get the value of the firm today, which is the value of the operations, terminal value over there, plus all the cash flows up until that point. But remember, it has to be discounted. It has to be brought down to the present value in order for us to find the value of the firm today. Okay, and so our solution for that question was 228,113,690.